Alrighty, I figured it's real late. Slash real early. Like real late. And I gotta get up because I gotta go play. So thanks for watching. I want to post a video right quick. Hopefully it doesn't take very long, but people know me by now. What I say don't take long can turn into 45 minutes. So I'm gonna try to be sweet and short and simple to the point. But before I do all that, I was talking about the NAMM show and do you need to go and stuff like that. I've made videos about gear acquisition syndrome and blah blah, things like that. Even though I did get some more stuff, this is stuff that I wanted. For those that wanted to know about which synthesizer did I pick up, I picked up the Roland Phantom 6, the Roland Phantom 6. So with that all being said, I started buying things that I needed. Like I needed more patch cables, more XLR cables, TRS cables. So I started buying stuff like that. I'm about to order some racks for those units that have been sitting out of a rack, like for the ADATs here and all this stuff. About to order some racks. So I'm just gonna start ordering stuff and getting stuff that I need. Now, with all that being said, I want to be short and quick because this is probably this is a pet peeve of mine as well. And I've dealt with people in the past. That seem to think this. When you meet people that and they find out you have a recording studio. This is what I don't know why people think this, but I guess it just comes from not knowing. I've had quite a few people when they see recording studios, they automatically think, and maybe the movies has something to do with this. If you are Puerto Rican and you watch the movie called Talento de Barrio, which is with Daddy Yankee. Daddy Yankee meets this music producer, brings him in the studio, and all of a sudden he start hitting one or two buttons on the mixing console, and all of a sudden this music, he's got this instrumental music, and it's ready to go. Apparently, when he first heard Daddy Yankee, he heard Daddy Yankee rapping in his club, and so he has his people create a beat to it, and so forth. And it's also Julio Voltio. Julio Voltio was already a successful rapper, and he brings his friend because Julio Voltio is also from Puerto Rico. And, Daddy Yankee's playing his drug dealer, trying to change his life. His mother's trying to get him to change his life. And all of a sudden he meets, Voltio tells him, this guy can rap, And so he comes up with this rap, and that's basically but that's the basis of the movie. I've also seen it in other movies where people would seem to go into the studio and they think the studios already have music ready for them, or I've been in places where the people meet a studio and they think that's where you go to have the guy that owns the studio start creating music for you. Okay, I said all that to say this, which is probably the biggest pet peeve of mine. Recording studios, and I'm going to name all, let's go from all the big studios out there. If you went to a recording studio like United Way / United, which / Ocean Way in Los Angeles, or you went to Conway in Los Angeles, or Larrabee, or East West, or Westlake, or Sunset Sound, or any of those Los Angeles recording studios, or Electric Lady out of New York, or the Record Plant out of New York, or the Record Plant out of Los Angeles, or you went to the Hit Factory in Florida, and so forth, or any recording studio. I don't care if it's in Detroit, if you went to the recording studio it could be Dallas, it could be in Houston, it could be in Denver, it could be in Seattle, any of these pro level commercial studios, and I guarantee this, they 100% do not have tracks ready for you to go in there for you to start singing or rapping over. They do not. Why would they? If you are a new client to that recording studio, why would they have music for you and they just met you and don't know you? Why would they do that? And this is not geared to, when I say this to you, I'm not talking about people watching my video like I'm talking about people that watch my video. This is about people that makes this assumption that that's what recording studios do. Or there's another pet peeve of mine, which is a myth. They assume that going to a recording studio means that I can go there and have people create music for me because I don't have any. I'm gonna go to this place, they're gonna make my music for me, and then they're gonna record me. That's not how recording studios work. Now, I'm gonna tell you how recording studios work. For those who do not know how a recording studio works when it comes to clients. When you book a recording studio session, you are expected to either bring your own music on some sort of format. Doesn't matter if it's a thumb drive, CD, bring in your own musicians, session musicians or whatever, to have music for them so they can, whatever DAW or tape machine or whatever they're going to use. You need to provide that. And they charge by the hour how much time you're going to be in there. And they also have a lockout time where that's the max amount of time you can be in that studio for the day. And they max out how much time you can actually book the studio for so many days or /weeks. That's what recording studios do. Their job is just simply to record you. And like I said, I'm not talking about people that watch my video. I'm talking, the people who watch the video, necessarily, unless you fall into that category. I'm talking about people that have no understanding that that's what recording studios are designed for. So, recording studios are designed to record. That's it. They have all that equipment and gear to record what you're going to bring. That's what a recording studio is designed, and that's what you're paying for. What you're paying for is an engineer, to a studio engineer, and maybe some assistants. Maybe there may be even a few interns that might rap a few chords and get some coffee or whatever and sit back and watch, and they may be fresh out of audio engineering school, whatever. But there's usually a staff of people, an engineer, a recording engineer, and some assistants to set up the session to get ready to record the client. The client needs to have their own musicians or whatever. Or the producer, in some instances, hires session musicians or somebody that maybe recorded in their own home recording studio, some instrumental tracks or whatever in Pro Tools or Reaper or Ableton Live or whatever. They bring these tracks to a recording studio. The recording studio then inserts and imports those tracks into their system, brings it up so they can be recorded with the artist. The artist and the producer and with the musicians or the tracks or whatever, the stem files, the sessions files are all then utilized, and the artist, whether it's a rapper or a singer, a jazz musician or whatever, then records their part, and then everything's brought all together in that recording studio. And then if you want to have it, once it's recorded, if you want to have it be, if you want everything that you just recorded mixed there, That's an additional cost for them to mix it. And they will mix it. That's what recording studios do. And then if you wanted to have it mastered, so it's industry ready, they can provide that service as well too. So the biggest pet peeve for me is when people have the misunderstanding that I'm going to go to a recording studio and have someone make my beats, make my tracks, record me, mix me, even master my stuff. And then on top of that, and they have sometimes be thinking that it's the recording studio's job to even get the stuff distributed, uploaded to, streaming services and stuff like that. And I'm like, I never dawned to me how much ignorance, and that's not trying to be a condescending or a mean way to explain it, because ignorance doesn't mean that a person is stupid. It just means that they have that much, they just lack a clear understanding of something. You're ignorant to, and I never could believe how ignorant a lot of people can be, or have not a lack of understanding of what recording studios are and what they do. And I've seen it because, and I say this time and time again, because I've met a few people that have come here and they see, because I'm a musician, or they see the instruments, the keyboards or whatever, they're thinking, wow, he can create my music. And that's not what recording studio, that's not even what my recording studio, even though I can create and create the music. But they don't understand that if I get involved in creating music, it's no longer a recording thing. It's a production thing. And now we have to start talking about writing split sheets, filling out copyright forms, and so forth. Because in a recording studio, it's not a recording studio's job to fill out the copyright forms. It's the artist and the producer, songwriter's jobs and all that, and split sheets, and who's contributing to the tracks. The recording studio is there just to record the tracks. That's what a recording studio does. So if you went to Blackbird out of Nashville, or you went to East West out of Los Angeles, or Electric Lake out of New York, or whatever, or what is it, Avatar Studios or Paramount Studios or RCA Studios, any of these studios, and they record you, that's all they're there to do, is just record what you bring and what you have. If you have your own tracks, you have your own session musicians, that's what they get paid to do. Their job is to create great sounding recordings for you. Once again, if you want it mixed, that's extra. If you want it mastered, that's extra. It don't come all in one package. And some of those studios should charge as much as up to, just to record the artist, they could charge as much as up to $500 to $1,000 a day, if not more. It just depends on the recording studio and the production and the artist and what's all involved. If it's producers, flying in session musicians, it all depends. All this cost. So, to sum up the video, I just want to, that is the biggest pet peeve when I've ran across people that came to my studio and they're thinking I'm supposed to create their music, I'm supposed to record them, or I'm already supposed to have music ready for them. And no, I'm not. No studio does that. Now, there are some people that will have a recording studio that will get into the production side to help some independent artists or whatever case create tracks for them. That's a production. And there are some studios like that are into that. We're going to create music, but they need to be coming to some sort of agreement, some sort of agreement where we're going to come up agreement and we're going to co-write, we're going to co-produce and everything else on these music. And then if I can also record you as a recording studio, that's a part of the package, mix it, master, all that. But that's a whole different thing when you're dealing with someone who does music production, whether it's in their home studio or they're renting out a pro level studio or whatever, or a commercial studio, whatever whatever case, as compared to just going to a recording studio. Like if you book Blackbird and recording studio and you want to book Studio B, and you need, sometimes they'll say, well, here we have the console, we have the outboard gear, the microphones, cables, and here's the live room. You're on, this is how much time you can use that studio. It's on you to bring your own studio engineer. It's on you to bring your own musicians. It's on you to have your own tracks. And you can only use that equipment for so long. And after that, they have to shut the session down because you can only book it for so much time. That's how recording studios work. They're not there to have music ready for some person that how would I have music ready for someone I don't even know who they are, what they do, what style of music. You come in there, it's like if I had 100 hip hop track done on my MPC, and this guy's he's coming there and he's a country and western singer. Unless he wants to do a country western hip hop thing, and even then, it's still a production thing. It's not a recording studio thing. But if he's in there and he's coming to rent the studio, he's bringing his guitar, or he's gonna bring his session musicians or whatever, and I'm just there to record him playing the guitar and singing. That's what a recording studio does. Other than that, thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one.